song I could actually understand words to. And it's not rapping at me.
It's always desirable.
Huh?
It's always desirable.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB. Hey, welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It is time once again for Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Hey, Mormon County. Get up, get at 'em. It's, what did we say? It's Tuesday? Taint Tuesday?
Taint Tuesday.
I don't know where you came up with that one. Well, at any rate, the dogs are up. You should be up. So get up, get out on the street, and get moving.
Start sweating with the rest of us. Don't forget, of course, this program is being heard and seen around the world on our live video stream. That's available at talk973.com. Top middle of the page is where the link is located. Just click it once and it'll get you there. If you're on your mobile device, YouTube will do the work. Just put Mornings with the Leader Man in the search. If you're on your mobile device just needing our audio stream, any streaming app pretty much will get you where you need to be by putting WEEB into the search. And as always, you can get that stream at our website anytime. Upper right-hand corner of every web page at talk973.com has a icon that says On the Air Listen Live. Click it once and you're listening that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sandhills area. Look for, well, more of the same that you had yesterday. Partly cloudy, scattered thunderstorms, 94 high. High humidity. It'll be about 72 on the dew point meter. Then tonight, mostly cloudy, scattered thunderstorms, low of 71. Tomorrow, more of the same with a high of 90. Thursday, more of the same with a high of 92 and heat index of 97. Always bad when they put that heat index in there because the dew point will be 73. But Friday, we get a break on the dew point. It'll be down into the mid-60s, mid to lower 60s. So it'll feel a lot better on your skin. And it'll be 88 degrees. Saturday, the break continues a little bit. Creeps back up a tad, 91 degrees for a high. So the temperatures are going to be there, but you'll get a break in the humidity levels. So that will make things a little more tolerable out there, and that'll continue through Monday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, you get a little break on it. It'll not be a big break, but you will definitely feel the difference between now and Thursday on Friday because it's going to be miserable. Right now around the Sandhills, winds are south-southwest at 7, visibility 10 statute miles, pressure is 3006, dew point 73, humidity at 100%. Gee, oh boy. And it's sunny at 73 right now here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB.
Are you crying? Are you actually crying? About you mean the humidity? Or is that just sweat?
Sweat, man.
You broke out as soon as you said it.
Just the thought of it makes me sweat. You know, the time you get to the front door here, you come from air conditioning, walk to the front door here, and you feel all sticky like, man, I got to go home and take a shower again. It's crazy. I just like dry air. I think we all do, don't we?
Yeah, well, depends. Sometimes.
One of the ladies I walk our dogs with is, she must weigh 82 pounds wet, and you can see all the veins in her arm and everything. So her body is really dissipating heat well.
Apparently.
And she doesn't sweat. Even in this weather, she does not sweat. Doesn't bother her that bad. Oh, man, boy. Those that does carry a pound or two. All that insulation really does work. Helps better in the summertime, wintertime. Give me winter any day. Don't you like the cool winter air and going outside after a fresh
Well, dries
small
out your
snow.
sinuses, your eyes get dry, et cetera. There's trade-offs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure about the fat thing. Actually, the less fat you have, the warmer you can stay because your capillaries are closer together, et cetera.
Mm. Well, you learned me some military detail there.
Yeah, well, it's not military detail. That's the doc.
In the military. Anyway, all right, let's move on. Oh, yeah. They have the Board of Commissioners meeting tonight.
Oh, is that tonight?
Isn't that tonight?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
And they just passed this budget with us. Didn't pass it, but they just presented the budget, what, a week or two ago?
They will pass it tonight.
Yeah, there's a public hearing tonight on it. And I know a lot of moms are going to show up and say we need to increase the budget to cover things like more teaching assistants, more teachers, also more of this, more music teachers and art teachers and things like that we don't have. And then you have those that think we need to cut the hell out of the budget way too much, so forth and so on. And I say again to you mothers, I'm not coming down on either side of what we need, what we don't need, as far as the parents go. The point is, we presented ideas here, such as building that Pinehurst school ourselves, which will save us $4 to $6 million. I believe all that needs to be met, wouldn't you? Voila, done, deal. But they won't. They'll do it the same old way and give your profits out to some company to take it to Cary or wherever they're from. Plus, we could keep all that money here in our community, and I guarantee you we could save even more money on the furnishings of that building. But they don't. They just turn a deaf ear to that because that's not the way we done. Their staff scurries to come up with all the reasons why we can't do that. We can't do that. Nobody else does it. Well, that doesn't mean we can't. I can get you a group of builders right now that will come together and build that school in record time and save you millions of dollars.
Yeah. Well, here's one of the problems that won't be discussed tonight. It might be in some of the public comments, but you got a courthouse you got to build yet, and that hasn't been accounted.
That's gone as high as $40-some million in the estimates.
And you have the school board has asked for $4.6 million more for whatever reason, and you have $1 million. There's other things. This hasn't even begun to be the end of it. You're just going to raise the budget 14%, and that's you're already blown that. You've already blown that. You haven't even passed it yet.
And one other thing that popped out at me because I took a look at it, and this is not sour grapes. This is just pure economics, and that is the sheriff's department. In the past, usually the sheriff's department asks for 1 or 2 more deputies or detention officers yearly to build up their inventory of staff. It seems to be ahead of the pace of the population moving in here in proportion. In other words, we have an increase of roughly 2% in families coming into our area on a yearly basis every year. Been consistent for a long time, but yet we'll have adds for 4 or 5% more in staff to cover it. And that seems out of proportion. But this year they're asking for in the past they asked for, like I said, 2, maybe 3 deputies or detention officers. This year they're asking for 13, which is a 14% increase in the budget.
But crime is down.
Huh?
Crime is down.
Yeah, they claim crime is down. They're bogus numbers, but they always claim crime comes down 2% every year. And it's not just Moore County, it's about 90 other counties that pull the stunt too.
Yeah.
By golly, we need to be knocking down jail cells and throwing them away.
You've made the point, and actually the failing racist pathetic
racist failing pilot
had an article that showed that we were going to take the old jail and renovate that and lease out those cells. What happened to that? And why, if you're going to make money on that, why isn't that accounted for in this budget?
It must have got complicated.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Yeah, that was a good idea.
No.
That was a good idea. You had it out there. Several other people had it out there, and apparently it was good enough that the current sheriff was going to look at that and implement it.
Well, he talked to commissioners about it.
And it hasn't, haven't heard of peep since.
Yep.
And that's potentially $1 million plus a year. So, where is it?
Yeah.
Where do we stand on that?
Well, right now I'd say dead in the water.
Yeah, we're dead in the water.
He's got to have 13 more deputies and detention officers, which is way excessive. All the other departments asking for 0 increase in personnel, or a very modest 1 or 2. But you get to him and it's 13. And I'm telling you, we don't need that many. But that's just pure economics. It's not sour grapes. It's just, a lot of career employees, government employees, get to thinking, well, I'll ask for it. Maybe I get it, maybe I don't. Because they don't not realize it's other people's money they're spending. And people are tired of it. Town of Robbins went up on sales tax. Up on their taxes this year. Now, remember.
Everybody did.
Remember, they all got a raise in revenues from the tax reevaluation.
Right.
So they all got that. In addition to that,
Right.
Robbins is asking more for taxes. Southern Pines,
Whispering Pines, Pinehurst. The only one I haven't
Aberdeen.
heard. Yeah, the only one I haven't heard about specifically is Pine Bluff. I don't know what they did.
They went
there.
up.
Did they? All right.
They went up.
Yeah.
So everybody's gone up on taxes in addition to the reevaluation. Now, I know we voted for a bond. Some of you voted for a big bond, and that's going to be paid back.
No, and you're not even going to get a choice on voting for the bond for that courthouse. That's just going to happen.
Right. That's being rammed down the system by the court system itself. They've all of a sudden declared our courthouse inadequate and unsafe.
So build me a Taj Mahal.
Been safe for 30 years, and now they want sky bridges and everything else in this thing. Because the clerk of court doesn't. I can't put my records on the street and carry them to a courthouse somewhere. No. Well, maybe you need to. Maybe you need to do what's physically prudent or fiscally prudent. So anyway, when you go there tonight with your want list, I've given you the way to pay for it. By saying the Pinehurst, all the other schools are under contract. Pinehurst is not. By building it ourselves, we can show ourselves how much money we can save to pay for this want list that you want.
Yeah, and maybe
Put that in your same sentence.
And scale back some of the baloney here. $39 million school, and it's all bells and whistles they're putting on this school. And what's the payback on that? Well, it'll be an energy efficient school and all that. All right, well, how long does it take to pay back? I haven't heard any of that. I've heard lies. Oh, it'll be a couple of, no, it won't be a couple of years. It'll be 50 years before you start seeing a profit on that.
Yeah.
At best.
Yeah.
If you ever do, and you'll tear the school down and start over again before you pay it off.
Well, that or the collection system will break down more times and it costs us double keeping it going.
All kinds of maintenance. It's like the solar panel scam is all it is.
Yeah.
It's all government. Well, in this case, it's ours. It's taxpayer, once again, taxpayer funded bells and whistles on something that you never get your payback for.
Yeah. Building in passive solar stuff sometimes does work. I built some passive solar homes, but there's work that has to be done with those to make them work.
Well, this idea that it's an energy plus school, that will generate energy to pay back, no, it's not going to pay back. It's not going to produce. It'll produce, but then again, you'll lose whatever profits you're making, large scale profits, selling back energy to Duke Power and all this kind of stuff. It's a scheme.
Yeah. All right. So, like I said, when you put it, your parents get there and put the wish list in, give the Board of Commissioners a solution to it, so they don't have to come straight to the hip pocket to pay for it. It's a lot easier to pay for something when you provide the income for it. And building the schools ourselves will do that.
And like you're saying, keep the money in Moore County. Hire the people in Moore County here. Use the contractors and use the material providers in county here.
That's right. Instead of shipping it all out of county, which doesn't do us any good.
Go down to Builders First Source. They're a great place, and there's several other, well, I shouldn't have mentioned a specific one, but there's plenty of people here can provide what you need. And don't sit in there and put in specific manufacturing data so that, none of that scam either. You know, where the designer puts in it's got to be a certain manufacturer paint, and then, they get their rebate directly from the manufacturer, and the old taxpayer never sees it.
That's right.
And never sees the scam.
Exactly right. They do it all the time. We have home builders around here, from these national home builders, that come in and they build houses, and they require the contractor to use, say, Sherwin-Williams paint. I'm not picking on Sherwin-Williams because I don't.
Well, that's why I didn't want to say a specific one. Yeah. But that's the example. Use Sherwin-Williams.
Yeah. And the painter goes and uses Sherwin-Williams and brings all the receipts for the paint, which is a good paint, to the builder. And he sends those off to Sherwin-Williams corporate, who will send him a rebate check.
Millions of dollars, depending on the size of the project. But if you're building several hundred thousand or several thousand homes, it's a lot of change.
Yeah. That he gets under the table then.
He gets the rebate.
Yeah.
Well, it's not under the table. You just say, if you design in our specific manufacturing.
I didn't say it was illegal.
Yeah. If you design our name into your plans, we'll give you 10, 20% or whatever. And, that's what goes on.
Yeah.
Check. We need to check and make sure that's not going on here. And who's getting that rebate?
Yep.
It's not the taxpayer. The taxpayer is not getting that rebate.
Yep. Exactly. So, again, parents, when you go there tonight and you mention your wish list and things we need in the schools, it's going to cost money. If every one of you say, we can pay for it if we build our own Pinehurst Elementary, then you've given them a way to pay for it without jumping taxes. It becomes a lot more palatable to the taxpayer and to the commissioners.
And there's a list of people here right on the desk that would help do that. Build that school.
Oh, I can get you a whole bunch of builders right here in Moore County that will jump out there and do this as a project. And they'll knock it out so fast, make your head swim. All right, it is, wow, time flew, didn't it? We got to learn to shut up once in a while. Let's go into that part of our universe way out there, 30 seconds inside a woman's head today. This is called Sunburnt Guy at the Lake.
And now it's time for another episode of 30 Seconds Inside a Woman's Head.
Great to be at the lake and see the first superhero of summer, Lobster Man, the guy who thought he could get completely tan in one day by staying out in the sun all day long. Lobster Man's weaknesses, not using sunscreen and lack of willpower from finishing off the entire 12-pack. Hidden superpower? I guess whatever he's hiding in that giant beer gut. When is that baby due? I take it Marvel won't be making a movie about this Lobster Man anytime soon, but one thing's for certain, there's a sequel to this guy every year at the lake. Good times.
And that was another episode of 30 Seconds Inside a Woman's Head.
And now for you men, advice from a handsome middle-aged man.
And now here's some advice from a handsome middle-aged man. If you spill your beer all over the floor, you don't need a mop. If you've got tube socks that are thick enough.
Oh, Lord.
We've all heard about O.J. Simpson on Twitter now, putting up videos. Here's some of the shocking things O.J. is saying on Twitter.
And now,
shocking things O.J. Simpson saying on Twitter.
I want to state unequivocally that I did commit these horrible crimes. I have no doubt in my mind. I am 100% guilty.
This has been Shocking Things O.J. Simpson's been saying on Twitter.
Now you know.
Yeah, I think OJ should just go away.
You think?
Good Lord.
All right, the best bloopers from May this past month. Here they are. Bless the best of news bloopers.
We tried to reach out to the man who died in this pursuit. They were unavailable for comment. Micah, back to you.
There's some fog. Oh my gosh. Mainly.
May is Lyme Awareness Month in Minnesota, and today several lawmakers in the cities will be lit up. Not lawmakers, rather. Landmarks. That was a good one, sorry.
And this is really an inspirational story. And I mean, this woman is 77 years old. Her name is, oh my gosh, what is her name? Her name is, oh my gosh, what is her name?
You can visit lsdmatchmaker.com for more information.
LDS Matchmaker, LSD Matchmaker, probably a totally different website. You don't go there to find a match.
Script said LSD.
Oh.
I just read with.
Don't go to that website. Don't go to that website to find a match.
All right, the bloopers from May. What is her name? I have those moments.
Yeah, unfortunately.
The local news caught up with a guy stuck in traffic because of flooding in Oklahoma last month, and his plan was to eat pork rinds and nap in his truck. Here's the incident.
How long have you been stuck here?
About 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
Yep.
And you were walking up and down. What did you see when you went up there? Did you talk to some of those people that were waiting as well?
Yeah, I did. I thought I was going to be a little slick and try to take the shoulder all the way in, but didn't work.
Lots of flooding here. You don't know when you're going to be able to get up there, huh?
No, I got a bag of pork rinds in the truck, and I reckon I'm just going to stay out here and eat my pork rinds and hang out. Might take a nap for a little while.
And relax a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Flooding, he might be there for a long while.
Gonna wait for the water to recede. I'll save that one. All right. The tree that inspired Dr. Seuss to write the Lorax fell down last week.
Oh, no.
It was in a park in San Diego, and supposedly he could see it from his house. It was a Monterey cypress tree, and it was 90 years old. Not clear why it fell. Here's a little bit from the Lorax.
I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. I speak for the trees have no tongues.
Then we saw the tree fall. The very last truffula tree of them all.
And looking for something to do this year, you can always try to beat the Guinness Book of World Records for the most blueberries stuffed in your mouth.
Blueberries, yeah. Okay.
We got a blueberry tree out here. And they're not big enough yet. You could probably fit that many in there.
Yeah, they'd be a little...
They're not very tasty.
No.
And when they get tasty enough, the birds eat them.
Yeah, they do.
Anyway, here's your clip for that.
Today I'm going for the Guinness World Record for the most blueberries stuffed in the mouth. Now, the previous record is held by Maxi Mouth out of India at 86. I didn't swallow any.
Oh, man.
Okay, go a little count.
That one is correct.
All right.
That was scary.
I was choking a little bit, but I wasn't going to swallow any. Come on! So 124 blueberries stuffed in my mouth. 22 more were in there, but they don't count because they got smushed. This was not a fun record, but I crushed the previous record of 86.
Oh, you can't compact them in there?
No. You have to spit them out, and they count them, and if you've munched a few of them, then they don't count.
Well, heck.
That would be cheating.
Yeah.
Just like, you can't count them going in because the guy might be swallowing them, and then you'll never end the count.
The Long Island iced tea was invented on Long Island, New York. Had many of them in my day. But there's a Long Island in Kingsport, Tennessee, and they say they invented the Long Island iced tea. Theirs is slightly different. It has maple syrup instead of Coke. I've been drinking the Manhattan version. There was a competition last week to see who is better, and Tennessee won.
Of course they did.
Now the New York team wants an investigation and say the competition was rigged. Here's the audio from the competition.
Let's go, New York! Let's go, New York! Without a doubt, unequivocally, Kingsport makes the best Long Island
Sorry, maple syrup would be better.
Yeah, that would be good. Who doesn't like maple
Especially
syrup?
if it was real maple syrup.
Yeah, it would have to be. Sure would up the price of the Long Island iced tea.
Yeah. Oh, by a long shot.
If you don't know what Long Island iced tea is, the 5 white liquors with a splash of Coke.
Yeah.
And if you want my version, I drink electric lemonade. That's the only difference is it's splashed with Sprite.
Ah, there we go.
And it tastes.
Yeah, I guess you couldn't call that white lemon.
Tastes like lemonade if it's done right. Yeah. With a bite. One a bite. Don't have time to do anything. Less than 20 seconds. So all my bites are bigger than that. Sound bites. Yeah, I need to play this one. 4 people shot at Raptors victory celebration, and everybody says, the guy on the speaker says, calm down. Everybody calm down. Come together. I was going, yeah, so we can have a mass target. That makes sense. We'll play that when we come back on the other side of news. It's 8 o'clock.
Early showers, mainly for our northern counties, will continue to decrease. Highs this afternoon will head into the upper 80s as well as the lower 90s. Spotty showers and even a few isolated storms will develop for this afternoon. Some of those could be strong to severe, packing a punch with damaging wind, large hail, and heavy rainfall. Temperatures for tonight will fall into the lower 70s with a few lingering storms, mainly for northern counties. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sand Hills, 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. With recent attacks on shipping in the Persian Gulf region and Iran threatening to ramp up its nuclear activities, the U.S. is sending more troops to the Mideast.
Acting Defense Secretary Patrick Shanahan says the 1,000 new troops are being deployed for defensive purposes to address air, naval, and ground-based threats in the Middle East. He says the U.S. does not seek conflict with Iran, but needs to keep military personnel safe and national interests protected.
Correspondent Jackie Quinn. President Trump says that starting next week, ICE will begin the process of removing millions of illegal aliens from the country. The president writes on Twitter, they will be removed as fast as they come in. Mr. Trump also says that Guatemala is about to join Mexico, signing an agreement that will help to stem the tide of illegals moving north toward the U.S. border. New York State will start issuing driver's licenses to illegal aliens. That under a Democrat bill signed by the governor. Republicans argued it rewards people for breaking the law. Trump supporters already camped out in Orlando, and they have been for quite a while now.
It's no secret that Donald Trump is running for a second term, but he will make the official announcement tonight in Orlando, Florida, before a packed arena of supporters. The president and first lady will be joined by Vice President and Mrs. Pence for the 2020 campaign launch. In a letter to supporters, the president says his administration has been winning at an unprecedented rate. He points to low unemployment, job creation, the building of a border wall, and the naming of what he calls 2 fantastic conservative Supreme Court justices. Greg Clugston, the White House.
Facebook launching a new digital or cryptocurrency, something similar to Bitcoin. Stock futures higher on Wall Street this morning. Dow futures up 145 points. NASDAQ futures 80 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Oh, my gut. We need to talk about something.
constipation, abdominal pain, and bloating. You tell yourself, well, it's not that bad. You take laxatives and modify your diet and exercise routine. But thinking about it all the time is frustrating. This doesn't have to define you. If your constipation comes back again and again and you don't know why, then it may be time to seek help. Go to ohmygut.info where you can learn more about your symptoms and get to know your gut. That's ohmygut.info. ohmygut.info.
When it comes to your pain, many of you might be skeptical, like I was, about ordering Relief Factor. Pat Boone again for this wonderful 100% drug-free supplement designed to help your own body lower or eliminate occasional aches and pains due to aging, exercise, everyday living. I'm not skeptical any longer. The 3-week quick start is now discounted to only $19.95. Why don't you let us see if we can get you out of pain, too, at ReliefFactor.com.
An internal UN report blames systematic failures in the world body's attempts to prevent the persecution of Rohingya Muslims by the military in Myanmar.
The UN's report says a deeply fragmented United Nations was unable to prevent the events of 2017. More than 700,000 Muslim Rohingyas were forced to flee to Bangladesh in the wake of a coordinated Burmese military campaign involving rape, torture, and mass murder. The UN study highlights the division between the part of the UN that wanted to pursue quiet diplomacy and those UN officials determined to speak out against human rights abuses.
The BBC's Celia Hatton. A Pakistani Army helicopter crew has rescued 4 Italian and 2 Pakistani mountain climbers stranded at an altitude of roughly 17,000 feet in the country's north. The climbers were caught in an avalanche the previous day. News and analysis at townhall.com. The president's top trade official faces Congress today as more tariffs on China loom large.
U.S. Trade Representative Robert Lighthizer is to testify to both the Senate and House on the continued trade war with China as U.S. companies and business groups grow increasingly concerned about the president's threatened tariffs on another $300 billion in Chinese goods. The administration is using the levies as a way to force China and its government-related businesses to stop forcing U.S. firms to hand over technology as part of doing business or simply stealing it. U.S. companies that import Chinese goods say the additional tariffs will hurt their bottom lines and result in higher consumer prices in this country. Tim McGuire, Washington.
Federal Reserve policymakers open a 2-day meeting today. Traders keeping a close watch on a policy statement to be released tomorrow. That will be followed by a news conference by the Fed chairman. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Aberdeen Prescription Shop is one of the best independent pharmacies. Despite nearby chain stores, customers prefer Aberdeen Prescription Shop. Personal service, drive-through window, and free delivery. All major insurance is accepted, including TRICARE. Order your prescriptions online at AberdeenRxShop.com and click on mobile for the free app or call 944-1313. Aberdeen Prescription Shop at the Town and Country Shopping Center on US 1.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Hi, this is Rich Wagner from Whispering Pines. I've been suffering with acute back and knee pain for many months, and after trying visits to the doctor, painkillers, and spinal injections with no relief, I went to see Dr. Wright at Wright Chiropractic in Seven Lakes. After the first visit, I noticed a lot of improvement, and I've continued to improve with each treatment. Thanks to Dr. Wright, I'm feeling much better than I have in a very long time. I was skeptical about chiropractic treatment at first, but it has truly given me my life back.
This is Dr. Wright. I can't guarantee I can fix every problem, but I will tell you honestly whether chiropractic can be of help for your particular issue. Living with pain is not always the only option. Doesn't it make sense to explore every avenue before resigning yourself to the limitations of pain? Call our office today to schedule a consultation and start living again. 673-2225.
It's 1948. The Pinehurst Resort is closed for the summer, and J. Ellis Fields, along with his children, opened Fields Plumbing and Heating. It's blazing hot, and you could hardly walk on the sandy streets. But Mr. Fields is a pioneer in the development of air conditioning, and Moore County residents take comfort. That's almost 70 years ago, and Fields Plumbing and Heating continues to offer fast and dependable air conditioning service to its customers. No job is too big or too small. Call Fields Plumbing and Heating at 910-949-3232.
Next to your home, your vehicle is one of the largest investments you'll make.
Hey, it's Anthony from Champion Car Wash and Detail Shop. People tell us all the time, I have a vehicle at home that I only wash by hand and I don't need to have it detailed all the time. Well, did you know that Champion hand washes vehicles too? Give us a call at 692-5060 to find a time to get your vehicle properly hand washed using the 3-bucket method to ensure your vehicle's cleaned as gently as possible. That's Champion Car Wash and Detail Shop near the corner of Morganton and Broad in Southern Pines.
Hello, I'm Pat McClain and would like to welcome you to McClain Drug. McClain Drug is located at 735 South Bennett Street. We offer easy access, friendly, helpful service, drive-through pickup, and discount drug prices. And don't forget at McClain, we offer pet and equine prescriptions. So when we say make McClain Drug your one-stop shop for all your prescriptions, we do mean all.
McClain Drug at 735 South Bennett Street in Southern Pines for all your prescription needs. 246-9355. The following viewpoint editorial is being expressed by Marianne Benway.
Moore County citizens are, like the rest of America, reflexively critical of government these days. We've seen elected officials become increasingly contemptuous of their taxpayers. The investigative efforts of John Zumwalt, reported on WEEB radio, informed us of a series of unusual contracting and funding anomalies on the part of the Moore County School Board and the Superintendent of Schools, involving new school construction and the questionable, if not illegal, processes used to select construction companies. In addition, the school board issued a short-fused ultimatum to the commissioners to add $1.5 million to the pot to cover an ill-defined error in the contracting process. Now emerges a Moore County budget proposal with a 14% increase, and that is probably a low estimate, reportedly to pay for the debt service on the general obligation bonds approved by the voters last year to build schools and the nursing school at Sand Hills Community College. It appears we now have another far-reaching decision trying to be slipped through without proper notice or public deliberation and no indication of what the amount of the debt service is. Given the sleight of hand used by the school's apparatus to pad construction of the new schools, Moore County taxpayers cannot be blamed for casting a jaundiced eye on the 14% increase in this budget. There will be a hearing next Tuesday, June 18th at 5:30 in the Commissioner's hearing room at the old Moore County Courthouse. We urge all of you to arrive early and sign up to speak and raise your objections to having this budget rammed through without an adequate public hearing. This is Marianne Benway of Whispering Pines. Thank you.
NCN News. I'm Tony Brixby. President Trump is promising ICE will deport millions of illegal immigrants, but critics and others are saying not so fast. More on that now from CBS News correspondent Vicki Barker.
The president tweeting that the mass deportations will begin next week. Immigration expert Mark Jones says ICE doesn't actually have the manpower to fully implement that directive. No consolation to potential targets, he says.
It's going to strike terror into the approximately 11 or 12 million undocumented immigrants who are living in the United States right now, as well as the millions of family members whose relatives are now potentially at risk.
The president's hands may be tied if he tries to deport detainees awaiting asylum rulings. Jones says that would be illegal. Vicki Barker, CBS News.
Chatham County Commissioners voted last night to approve an agreement with the United Daughters of the Confederacy regarding the monument in the center of Pittsboro. It does not commit either party to any particular course of action, but does commit both to discussions and negotiations in good faith concerning the monument. Monica Jarnigan says she's skeptical of any discussions with the UDC.
How do you discuss this statue in good faith with a group whose mission includes the obliteration of proven history?
People have been lining up since Sunday to get into the president's campaign rally tonight in downtown Orlando.
I'm Peter King in Orlando. Hundreds of people have been camped out at the Amway Arena to make sure they get a seat for tonight's Trump re-election campaign kickoff rally.
I can't wait. I'm going to cry. We love him and we love each other and we accept each other and we come from all walks of life. He's not just our president. He's family to me.
The Amway holds about 20,000 people. A ticket does not guarantee admission. There's a day-long 45 Fest going on downtown. Thousands of protesters are expected to, including undocumented workers fired by Trump properties. Peter King, CBS News, Orlando.
Durham Hotel evacuated last night due to a bomb threat. No device found at the Extended Stay America. You're listening to NCN News.
At AT&T, we believe that access to affordable home internet brings you incredible opportunities. You can enjoy the power to explore a digital world of possibilities and connect with family, friends, and the things that matter most. That's why there's access from AT&T. If a member of your household is a SNAP participant, you may qualify for home internet at a discounted rate of $10 a month or less. No commitment, no deposit, no installation fee. Plus, get an in-home Wi-Fi gateway included at no extra cost. Call 1-855-220-5211 or visit att.com/access now to learn more.
SNAP refers to the Federal Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Pricing excludes taxes and fees. Includes 1 terabyte of data per month. Data overage charges apply. For details about data allowance, go to att.com/internet-usage. Geographic and service restrictions apply.
Tensions between the United States and Iran have now edged toward a flashpoint. Correspondent Mike Gracia is following the story from Washington.
The United States and Iran remain at a tense stare-down one day after Tehran announced it is breaking compliance with the International Nuclear Accord President Trump withdrew the U.S. from last year. The Trump administration has ordered 1,000 more troops to the Middle East. According to the Pentagon, the deployment includes security forces and surveillance and intelligence gathering personnel. The deployment is in part aimed at deterring hostile actions by Iran and to ensure key shipping lanes are not disrupted. Mike Gracia, Washington.
Another committee hearing on a controversial immigration bill planned for today in the North Carolina General Assembly. A number of the state sheriffs still oppose legislation, including Durham County's Clarence Burkhead.
I oppose the bill, as I have done from day one. It's not a good bill. There's language in there that I disagree with.
The bill as originally written would have forced the state sheriffs to work with federal officials. The updated language now gives a judge or magistrate the power to decide if a person must also be detained by ICE. The 2019 North Carolina Farm Act was approved by the state Senate yesterday. One of the measures would put a one-year moratorium on controversial new hog farm regulations that the Department of Environmental Quality announced earlier this year. Commissioner of Agriculture Steve Troxler says putting that moratorium in place will allow lawmakers to study the new regulations.
There are people that think that maybe DEQ didn't go through the rulemaking process like that maybe they should have, so it needs to be sorted out.
The North Carolina Farm Bureau has filed a lawsuit questioning the process that DEQ used in implementing the new rules. Democrat Cal Cunningham now running for the Senate seat held by Tom Tillis. He had been planning to run for lieutenant governor. Tony Rixby, NCN News.
Early showers will continue to decrease out of the area, mainly for those northern counties. Highs today will head into the upper 80s as well as the lower 90s, with spotty showers and isolated storms developing this afternoon. Some of those could be strong to severe and linger into the night, mainly for northern counties, as temperatures fall into the lower 70s. Additional storm chances will be on tap for tomorrow. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
Right now it's sunny and 77 degrees here in the Sand Hills area. Humidity 90%. Dew point way up there. It's 74. Pressure is 3006. Winds south-southwest at 9. Visibility 10 statute miles. It's 8:15. Let's take a quick look at your Sand Hills news for this Tuesday morning. The town of Southern Pines had a discharge of untreated wastewater on Sunday of an estimated 5,300 gallons along an unpaved easement near Commerce Avenue. The untreated wastewater discharge into a tributary of Aberdeen Creek. The town utilities division was notified of the event approximately 11:15 a.m. Monday. All efforts to mitigate wastewater release were taken, repairs completed, and system returned to service at 1 p.m., and cleanup efforts were conducted. If you need more information, call the town of Southern Pines Public Works. One person was airlifted in critical condition after a single vehicle accident on 15501, just a few miles north of the traffic circle. Optima Kia was heading north on 15501 Friday evening when it crossed the center line and ran off the left-hand side of the road. The car went over an embankment, striking a tree before coming to a rest. The female driver was trapped in the heavily damaged vehicle, and rescue crews had to work to free her from the wreckage. An additional heavy rescue team was called in from Southern Pines Once the victim was free from her car, she was taken by ambulance to meet a waiting helicopter at the Arboretum in Pinehurst, just behind Town Hall. The Pinecrest Patriots football team held its 12th annual Air Raid 7-on-7 football tournament Friday at the Morganton Road Soccer Complex in Southern Pines. 10 other schools were around the region and state took part, including Lee County, Jack Britt, Southview, Chapel Hill, Cardinal Gibbons, Berry Middle School, and Panther Creek. The all-passing tournament consisted of 30-minute games. Panther Creek won the tournament. And Saturday, detectives arrested Hunter Odell Shore, 18 of Vass, charged with 1 count of felony statutory sex offense and felony indecent liberties with the minor. He was put in the detention center under a $50,000 secured bond. That's your latest Sand Hills news this morning, but stand by. Here comes your latest in sports right here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. It is 8:18.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. The sporting world was more of a news world yesterday as Toronto police say 4 people were shot and wounded at a rally for the NBA champion Raptors. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, Toronto's Mayor John Troy, and NBA Finals MVP Kawhi Leonard, along with other players, were among those on stage at the time when droves of fans ran from the shooting in a stampede from the City Hall Square, which was packed with tens of thousands. Some people say 1.5 million showed up to the rally. Toronto Police Chief Mark Saunders, meanwhile, said there were some minor injuries as people fled, but he argued with a reporter on Canadian's CTV who called it a stampede.
It wasn't a stampede. People fled for a short period of time. And so to say stampede, I'm going to push back a little bit. It was a small burst of people that were scared. We controlled it really quick. We did a fantastic job with that, and there was nothing else that happened after that.
3 people were arrested. Dominican authorities have identified the man they believe paid hitmen to try to kill David Ortiz, adding that they were closing in on the mastermind and motive behind the shooting of the famous slugger. Ortiz is recovering at a Boston hospital. The man was identified as Alberto Miguel Rodriguez Mota, whom authorities say is a fugitive. The announcement was made as a judge held hearings closed to the public for another suspect nicknamed Bone for the June 9th shooting in a bar in Santo Domingo. Ortiz was struck once from behind in the shooting. San Diego Padres superstar Manny Machado has been suspended by Major League Baseball for 1 game. It's due to, quote, aggressively arguing and making contact with the home plate umpire in Saturday night's game.
Strike 3 call. Machado does not like it. And we'll say some things here to Bill Welke. Yeah, he's going to get tossed from this game.
Machado was supposed to serve his 1-game suspension last night, but because he is appealing the suspension, he ended up playing in the game. This is NCN Sports.
No place like home. It has a certain magic of its own, and memories are made there every day. A lifetime of good times shared along the way. Have yourself a Bluebell Country Day.
Ask any cow what her favorite Bluebell snack bar is, and you'll get the same answer. Moo. Why not? Classic Moo bars are 12 packs of rich, decadent, chocolate-dipped frozen vanilla treats. Any other questions?
A lifetime of good times shared along the way. Have yourself a Bluebell Country Day.
Rick Porcello pitched 7 shutout innings for Boston to outduel Minnesota ace Jose Berrios, and the Red Sox stretched their winning streak to a season-high 6 games with a 2-0 win over the Twins. Lance Lynn had another quality start. Danny Santana homered, and the Texas Rangers beat Cleveland 7-2 to spoil Mark Clevenger's return from the injured list. It's time for the New Orleans Pelicans to draft the new face of the franchise. The Pelicans were unlikely winners of the NBA draft lottery last month, but they can pick up Duke star Zion Williamson Williamson first overall on Thursday night. Williamson widely seen as the top prospect in any NBA draft since All-Star Anthony Davis in 2012. The Pelicans also agreeing, but still unofficially picking up Davis in a trade that'll also give the Pelicans the right to the Lakers' 4th overall pick. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
Are you a do-it-yourselfer, home builder, or remodeler? If so, bring in the best deal you're getting in Moore County for your flooring, and Hardwood Liquidators will match it and beat it. Right now, we have over 130,000 square feet in our warehouse stacked with solid engineered, laminate, and waterproof luxury vinyl plank. Like the farmhouse look, our farmhouse bandsawn French oak solid flooring starts at $449 a square foot. Financing is available with approved credit. We're at 707 South Pinehurst off Highway 1, right across the street from McNeil Oil. Or call us at 910-757-0478. Hardwood Liquidators. More floor, less money.
Opioid addiction is a crisis in Moore and surrounding counties, but there is a local doctor, Francis Corrigan of Solace Health, helping patients in recovery.
At Solace Health, we have had a great deal of success with opioid addiction treatment using medications such as Suboxone on an outpatient basis. Treatment is low cost as we accept all insurance, including North Carolina Medicaid. The treatment occurs in a very pleasant and private outpatient office setting where patients are treated with compassion and dignity. If you or your loved one needs help with opioid addiction or other drug or alcohol problems, please call us to speak to one of our nurses about our treatment program. We also have extensive experience in transitioning patients from methadone programs to Suboxone outpatient treatment.
Solace Health is located at 285 Olmsted Boulevard in Pinehurst. Call 910-295-7246. All calls are confidential. 910-295-7246 or visit recovermore.com. MOORE.
Aaron Cooper of Cooper Ford in Carthage wants you to know that you can't buy a new Ford car, truck, or SUV for less anywhere else, guaranteed. If you're in the market for a new Ford, what are you waiting for? Cooper Ford is the only locally and family-owned Ford dealership in Moore County. So if you're tired of the cold corporate climate of other dealerships, trade up for a family-friendly hometown dealer. Right now, get 0% APR financing for up to 72 months on the all-new 2019 Ford F-150 or the 2019 Ford Mustang. With no games, no gimmicks, just upfront, honest pricing and certified service after the sale.
I'm Aaron Cooper, and I want to know you by name. Come in today and let Cooper Ford show you how car buying should be.
Come to Cooper Country today, just a few short minutes from the traffic circle off 15501 in Carthage, or on the web at cooperford.net. Cooper Ford, working hard to be your hometown dealer.
At Sandhills Collision Center in Seven Lakes, we proudly serve all your automotive repair, auto body restoration, and collision repair needs. With our brand new state-of-the-art cheap straightening system and eco-friendly AmeriCure paint booth, you can rest assured that your vehicle, boat, or RV will receive top-notch repair and flawless paint jobs. And for all you aviators, we do aircraft body repair too. Sandhills Collision Repair Center is veteran-owned and offers a 5% discount to our military family. We give free estimate and accept all insurance and self-pay. All our ATECs will provide superior customer service from start to finish because we are committed to quality and prompt expert service. Bring your automobile, boat, or RV by today for a free quote at 135 Village View Drive in Seven Lakes. That's just 2 minutes from the Food Lion on Seven Lakes Drive. Or call us at 910-673-AUTO. That's 673-AUTO. Sandhills Collision Center, because you deserve the best.
Hi, this is Chef Karen at Philly and Colts. I'm so sorry you didn't get to the beach this weekend, but here's the next best thing. Friday Seafood Night is back at Philly and Colts. Come by for a fish sandwich or a full-blown plate of Calabash-style fresh seafood. Join us out on the patio. Relax. Enjoy a cocktail. Do I hear waves? Seagulls? Philly and Colts at Little River Golf and Resort, 692-4411.
War Dog's Army Surplus Store in Southern Pines is Southern Pines' #1 surplus store. Serving the Fort Bragg area, we buy, sell, and trade military, tactical, outdoor clothing, and gear. We are your military surplus low-price leader and take pride in serving our local military members and community. Bring us your military gear because we pay more and sell for less than anyone in the area, guaranteed. At War Dogs, we make it our top priority to provide quality, high-end tactical gear at the lowest prices. Come in today and bring your used gear or check out our massive inventory, the largest in Southern Pines. We're open Monday through Friday, 10:30 until 5:30 and 11 to 4 on Saturday. We're located at 675 Southwest Broad Street in Southern Pines, right across the street from Beefeaters. Or give us a call at 910-920-7749. That's 920-7749. War Dogs.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. I used to know a lady who was abused by her husband. When I say abused, I mean really abused. All of us knew about it and tried to help her. She refused. Over the years, the police intervened so many times we lost count. No matter what happened, no matter what the evidence, she would take up for the guy. She was furious with us and finally quit speaking to us. I don't know whatever happened to her. Thinking of her and her husband reminds me a lot of the school issues we're talking about right now. There's a mob out there. A mob that doesn't care about facts. It's maddening because facts just do not seem to matter to these people. No matter how well we present evidence pointing to millions of dollars being wasted, the mob just doesn't care. Their answer to us, you're liars, you're cockroaches, you hate children, you're going to ruin education in Moore County. The mob never answers our charges, even though we've challenged them to do so over and over. And by the way, according to the News and Observer, North Carolina is already number 40 in the U.S. for education. The pathetic pilot will not print the complete truth. The two guys in charge much prefer calling names and just printing part of the story. Our president is right. This swamp needs to be drained. The pathetic pilot is part of fake news the president keeps warning us about. I'll say it again and again and again. Do not give Grimacy a nickel until he explains the charges we've leveled in the Zumwalt Zone.
Early showers, mainly for our northern counties, will continue to decrease. Highs this afternoon will head into the upper 80s as well as the lower 90s. Spotty showers and even a few isolated storms will develop for this afternoon. Some of those could be strong to severe, packing a punch with damaging wind, large hail, and heavy rainfall. Temperatures for tonight will fall into the lower 70s with a few lingering storms, mainly for our northern counties. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the Leader Man. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Tuesday, which is, of course, foreplay to hump day.
What kind of talk is that?
It's a little early for this kind of talk.
I mean, what kind of talk is that?
Tuesday. Talk. Tuesday.
Talk. Do you ever shut up? Sure I can.
Sure I can.
I'll shut up.
Okay, I'll shut up. You don't have to tell me twice.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Shut up. Shutting up.
Okay, now what? Now take your position. It's showtime.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It's time once again for Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with Birthday Boy. Didn't think I knew.
Yeah, who told you?
Retired Colonel Marine Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Birthday Boy.
Morning. Okay, well then we're gonna fall out for a birthday run. Get out on the street. Put your tenny runners on and your shorts. Let's go.
How many birthdays is this?
I don't remember.
Same as mine, 39?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
You can leave your birthday gifts in the lobby. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
I hope you get as many as I did on my birthday, which was none.
I'm working on it.
Save the trouble of a thank you note. Let's see. Well, you gonna have a big birthday party tonight? No? No cake or anything?
Nope.
Maybe the wife will get you a cake.
Maybe.
Bring me a slice tomorrow. I'll have it for breakfast. Don't forget, of course, this program being seen around the world on the live video stream. That's available right now at talk973.com. Upper middle of the home page is where the link's located. If you're on your mobile device, YouTube will get you there. Put Mornings with the Leader Man in there. If you're on your mobile device looking at our audio stream only, well, you can get to that by using any streaming service pretty much except iHeartRadio and put WEEB in the search. And, of course, it's always available on our website at talk973.com. Upper right-hand corner of every web page at talk973.com has a icon that says On the Air, Listen Live. Click it once and you're listening that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sand Hills, another hot, steamy one on tap. In fact, this is going to be the forecast through Thursday before some relief gets in here on Friday. It's going to be partly cloudy, scattered thunderstorms, high around 90. That's the same forecast every day. Heat indexes will be pushing upper 90s every day. And Friday, a front comes through, will give us a little better chance. No, it's not a big chance of rain, but it will lower the dew points a little bit down into the mid to lower 60s, depending on where you are. But it will be some relief that you will feel, and that will hang around through Monday with a little jogging up and down of the dew point as we go through the weekend. Right now around the Sand Hills, I always like to tell you where the window of relief is at. You know, we gut it out till then together. Winds are south-southwest at 9, visibility 10 statute miles, pressure is 30.06, dew point 74, humidity 90%, it's sunny and 77 degrees. Currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. You know, ever since I mentioned the Colonel's birthday and he was only 39, I see more pep in his step over there already.
Yeah, that's right. The old Nick is wanting me to go out and run down the road.
Yeah.
He's going to watch me.
He's ready for that 25-mile hike. Let's see if you still got it, Colonel.
Yeah, that's right. I got a backpack I can put him in.
Carry him along.
Yeah.
All right, it is, let's see, 8:33 past the hour. You know, one thing that after graduation every year, things come along and you start going on job searches if you graduated from college or high school. And if you're looking for a job, pay attention to the small stuff. Here are 4 little things that can ruin your chances of landing that job. They are, number 1, not applying for the job properly in the first place, like emailing the wrong person or not using the online system they set up for applications. Just read the job description carefully and do exactly what they say. Mm-hmm. In other words, be able to follow instructions.
That would help.
Number 2, not being fun enough in your interview. It depends on the job, but in general, we like to work with people we enjoy being around. So if you come in off as rigid and boring, your chances go down. But you can do it the other way too much, too. Number 3 reason you might not get the job, being too fun. Some people overdo it and act like they're talking to a friend instead of a potential boss. So you want to be likable, but also professional. Not like you're hanging out at the bar with friends. And lastly, still using an embarrassing email address. Hopefully you've ditched your Skatebro 69 address from college by now, but even just using a wrong email host can make you look bad. In general, sites like AOL, Excite, and Yahoo are seen as less professional. And so yesterday, Gmail is the new standard.
Gmail?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, well, sorry. I
Well,
don't have one.
You Yahoo?
I still have a Hotmail address.
Hotmail.
I'm sure that one's not.
That is so
acceptable.
yesterday.
Yeah. Well,
Oh God, I can't email you anymore.
Yeah. There you go. Well, I have an Outlook email address too. I should check that one. I haven't looked at it in months.
That's like my Gmail address. I don't use it. It's always got YouTube in there saying, we found copyrighted music. Well, I pay copyright fees. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We found it on our site. We have stopped people from being able to see it. I go, oh, no, life has come to an end. That's why I have to jump in on these songs as quick as I do.
Right.
All righty then. Moving on Birthday Boys Day. What is the date today? The
18th.
18th, yeah.
I do know what the date is.
Tends to stick in your mind, doesn't it? All right, rim shot time, and let's see if we can put a smile on Birthday Boy's face. Taylor Swift's new album called Lover. I'm guessing because just like her relationships, it lasts roughly 45 minutes. J-Lo says her wedding to A-Rod will be happening soon, but not soon. Fortunately, I don't care or care. During a concert in Bonnaroo over the weekend, Post Malone paid tribute to Dolly Parton by wearing an outfit blazoned with photos. In response, Dolly is going to pay tribute to Post Malone by not bathing for a year.
Okay.
Maybe she can go and put tattoos all over her face like Post Malone.
I have no clue who that is.
He's a real way out there music artist.
Has he spent time in prison, has he?
No, he just puts weird stuff on his tattoos are weird. And when you start tattooing across your face and...
Well, that's an illness of some kind. I'm not sure what.
Yeah. I call it stupid.
Well, unless you're a particular tribesman or associated with like the Pacific, I don't know. I don't know why you would do that.
I heard a story behind his name one time, because that's not his real name, if I remember.
Well, I wouldn't think so. Hopefully, I wouldn't put my real name out there if I had stuff emblazoned across my forehead.
And I listen to his music and I go, I don't get it. 40,000-year-old severed dog's head was found in Siberia in the permafrost.
It was a wolf.
A wolf.
Wolf.
What'd I say?
Dog.
Severed wolf's head was found in Siberia's permafrost, and it still looks better than Joe Biden does. A woman who rents out life-size sex dolls says they come back in messy condition. Well, do you want to tell her or should I? Pillsbury is recalling almost 40,000 bags of flour over E. coli fears. It's a nice change to hear about huge quantities of dangerous white powder not involving Lindsay Lohan. Pete Buttigieg says it's almost certain that we've had a gay president. Buttigieg made the comment after learning that the B in Rutherford B. Hayes stood for Beyonce.
Yeah, I read that. And, of course, he wouldn't expound on who he thought might be gay or whatever.
Well, we had one president, trying to remember his name, that, and it may have been Millard Fillmore, that did not marry. His best friend was chief of staff.
Yeah.
And they thought that was his lover. His sister stood in as the first lady. And anyway, I have to look him back up, see which one it is. But they all say that was our first gay president.
Okay.
Anyway, let's see. Yeah, well, he might be on to something. In 1852, Willard Fillmore said in the State of the Union, fabulous. And lastly, a new poll shows Elizabeth Warren and Pete Buttigieg are gaining ground on Joe Biden in the Democratic race. Unfortunately for them, they're still trailing 48,000 other candidates who declared. And it's going to be tough to beat that. Well, I still don't know. I can't remember his name. That candidate that said, I will be bold without the bold.
Without the bold. I don't know.
And then pause for the applause line. And it's dead silence like, what the frig did this guy just say? I don't get it, said the crowd.
06. They were just kind of curious bystanders walking by. Hey,
Yeah,
what's
walking
going on?
by and somebody talking out a loudspeaker.
What's this guy doing?
I'd say you're pretty sunk when you make your best statement you thought would hit all the news. And you got dead silence. And that hit all the news. In other words, that was a stupid statement.
Well, it only hit the news because nobody, the regular news media drive-by types really don't care about him, so they'll make fun of him. But if that was Biden and all his stupid stuff, they won't say a word.
All right, some things we need to know today so we don't sound stupid, and then we'll measure the colonel's testosterone today.
Oh dear!
As he passes another yearly landmark. Gloria Vanderbilt, the intrepid heiress, artist and designer, gene pioneer, died Monday at the age of 95. NBC has canceled Abby's The Enemy Within, which got crappier as the season went on, and The Village. MasterCard says it will allow transgender customers to use their chosen name on credit and debit cards. The move will not require a legal name change. Meanwhile, Target had a 2-hour shutdown of its scanners such that stores had to close and turn away shoppers the day before Father's Day. If you want to rent the cabin where Tony Stark went to escape his life as Iron Man in the Avengers Endgame, the lakeside home can be yours for a mere $800 a night through Airbnb. It's in Georgia. Daniel Craig has mostly healed and is back on the set for the next James Bond movie. The camera began rolling again this week. Britain's oldest woman who claimed whiskey was the secret to a long life has died at 112. And the gun that Vincent van Gogh ended his life with is going on auction in Paris this month. It's expected to get $67,000.
Yeah, I was reading about it. It was kind of interesting. They're not sure that you can't actually prove that's the gun, but finding it has raised a lot of speculation about actually what happened with him and suicide and whether or not it was actually an accident by a couple of kids or something. But that was an interesting read.
All right, well, then it's time to measure this week's measurement of testosterone and estrogen levels for the good colonel to see if he's still in balance. Every week he proves that he is. Well, let's see if that holds true as we pass another landmark in birthdays today for him. Let's see here.
It's getting harder and harder to do.
All right, these are questions for men that women should know the answer to. Doctors recommend that children start drinking whole milk at what age? Is it 9 months, 1 year, or 18 months?
18 months.
18 months, he says. No. What is the name of the process used? The correct answer was 1 year.
1 year? Yeah.
What is the name of the process used to remove the dead outermost surface of the skin? Is
exfoliation.
You said foliation?
Exfoliation.
Exfoliation.
No. What are you talking? Defoliation?
Is it microdermabrasion, foliation, or exoblasting?
Well, then it's foliation. All right.
No, it's microderm.
Next question. Next question. Go on.
All right, doing bad on the estrogen here, which is not bad. A pan, that's P-A-N, made from which of the following is naturally non-stick? Stainless steel, copper, or cast iron?
Which is non-stick?
Yeah.
Well, if you prepare the cast iron, it would be, but copper. Have no clue.
Cast iron.
Yeah, okay.
That's the one you never wash.
Right, but
wipe
only
it out and
only
put it
if
up.
it's prepared, so it's not naturally non-stick. So I take exception to that question. You throw a cast iron pan out there right out of manufacture without being prepared properly, and everything's going to stick to it, including your hand.
Well, let's hope you don't do as bad on the estrogen, on the testosterone level here. Maybe as you get older, your testosterone builds up.
Yeah,
here,
I guess.
and
maybe.
your estrogen goes down.
Yeah.
Because you didn't get any estrogen points.
Oh, well.
All right. These are questions for women that real men know the answer to. What country developed the very first motorcycle? Was it Germany, Italy, or Great Britain?
The very first? Great Britain.
Germany.
Germany?
I think it was during the war.
No, it wasn't. It was
First war?
It was before then. I mean, they've been they've been riding, had motorcycles well before World War I.
Men's fashion designer Tom Ford worked as a creative director at all of the following except one. Which one? Was it Gucci, Yves Saint Laurent, or Versace?
I don't know. I have no clue. Fashion. I give up. Why men should know this?
Yeah.
Why would a man know that?
Yeah, well, pick one. Was it Gucci, Yves Saint Laurent, or Versace?
I don't know. Gucci.
Gucci, ding, ding, ding. We
That's
finally
a
got some
guess.
testosterone floating to the top here.
That's a guess.
And what's the smallest size pickup truck available in North America? Is it quarter ton, half ton, or 3/4 ton?
The smallest size currently available?
Yeah.
Say it's a half ton.
Ding. Half ton it is.
Somebody wants to build a quarter ton, but they haven't been successful.
It's not much more than the trunk, is it?
Well, it's just, they're not. It's that Indian, Mahindra wanted to put out a smaller vehicle and wasn't able to do it.
Well, you got it right. So, all right. So you are
got some testosterone.
2 out of 3 testosterone and 0 estrogen. So that's not a bad balance for a real man.
Well, I take exception to those other questions. 2 of those were, I'm sorry, they're not right.
All right. Well, the following questions are from a standard 5th grade curriculum in the U.S. Answer 4 out of 5, or you ain't got the sense of a 5th grader. Okay, let me get my buzzer ready again.
Yeah, you might want to have it out this morning.
Yeah, you have a birthday and you get a little more tired mentally, do we? Which state becomes the first state to secede from the Union in 1860?
You talking about secede?
What'd I say?
Secede. You said succeed. I don't know what that is.
Secede.
South Carolina.
Ding, 2 points. Didn't even have to give him a multiple choice. What is the process plants used to make food? I'm sorry, let me say it again.
Yeah,
so it sounds right. What is the process plants use to make food?
Read the I can't.
Is it photosynthesis?
Yes, that's it.
Okay. No, wait, and it's not wrong. It's correct. Bad me. All right. What country gave? So you got 2 right.
Yeah. Okay.
What country gave America the Statue of Liberty as a gift?
France.
Ding. 3 right. Which of the following words show anger? Glance, glare, or gawk?
Glare.
4 right. And so you're already smarter than the 5th grader. This is just for fun now. Which of the following fractions is greater? 2/3, 2/4, or 2/8?
2/3.
Ding. So you got a perfect score.
That was an easy one. I thought you were going to say like 5/8 or something. That would have.
Well, it's fifth grade level here, stuff.
Okay. All right. Well, 2/3 and 3/4 and 5/8 would have been. Yeah.
All right. Today's a possible question. 35% of us say this is the most intimidating exercise to do in public.
The most intimidating exercise to do in public?
Right.
I don't know. Touch your toes, I guess. I don't know. Is that an exercise?
Well, it's an impossible question, so you're really not supposed to know.
Oh, all right. Okay. Touching your toes.
I'll give you the official buzzer.
I'm not supposed to know, but I get
although this may fall, I've never done this, so touching toes might be a part of this, is yoga.
Oh, well, yeah, that's okay. Showing your ass is what it boils down to. All right.
So that may be part of the one of the exercises.
Well, yes.
Okay, so you would pass.
Yeah, I don't know if that's an official yoga position, touching your toes. I guess it is.
All right, from a did you know category, 35% of people have gone to work wearing this still attached.
This still attached, tags on your clothes.
That's right. Mostly women who plan on turning it back in with their sweat stuck to it.
No, women don't do that.
No, they don't do that.
That would be...
According to Reader's Digest, 43% of Americans have gone a week without using this.
Deodorant.
Well, besides that.
Brushing your teeth.
Cash.
Oh, okay. I thought we were talking
I do it pretty much every day. Yeah, I seldom ever use cash anymore.
I always carry some cash, but, you know.
I always use credit cards. Use their money for the 30 days. It's free.
Well, that plus you get rebates and stuff, too, which, I've probably used credit card more than I have in the past. I don't like,
The average American male will buy 4 of these food items every month.
4 of the average American male, 4 of these food items every month.
Now, think probably younger than you, but...
I don't know, candy bars or something.
Pizza.
Oh, pizza. Oh, we're talking meals. Okay.
90% of ladies would stay with their significant other if they did this, but only 59% of the guys would.
If they did this, I don't know. Drink beer.
Win the lottery.
Win the lottery. Okay.
We do this lots of different ways, but 76% of us always do this to work alone. That doesn't make sense without me giving you the answers. Commute.
Oh, all right.
A recent survey found that a dance club is the last place a guy wants to go on a first date. 53% of people will buy this for the 4th of July. Not fireworks.
Beer.
Not beer.
Hot dogs.
Insect repellent.
Insect repellent, okay.
You know how it is. Mother Nature first coats you with a layer of sweat with the humidity. And then she says, let's make it even more fun and throw the mosquitoes at you and the gnats and the flies. And they all want to come at your eyes.
It's the CO2 that actually attracts them.
Yeah.
And of course that comes out and it's up around your head and your eyes and things like that.
And here they come. The heart is not on the left side of the chest. It's found between the right and left lung. The heart only tilts slightly to the left. Okay. Who knew? And I guess while we're on this kind of stuff, we might as well go get this.
And now it's time for...
Random facts.
1, 2, 3,
Random facts for today, maybe a spare. If the sun exploded, it would take 8 minutes and 20 seconds before we knew it. When all the energy hits Earth and kills us all.
Yeah, I was going to say, you wouldn't know it. You'd never know it.
You know, they said light generated down at the core of the sun, you know, it doesn't go in a straight line out. It bounces off everything. It takes it almost 9 million years to get to the surface.
Oh, yeah?
So the light that you see today was generated 9 million years ago.
Okay.
Siberia lost 27% of its population during World War I, which was by far the most of any country. And they were in the winning sides. They were on the winning side with the Allies.
That was what country?
Siberia.
Siberia.
Mm-hmm. Probably died of permafrost. The theme music for the TV show Alf was composed by a guy named Alf Clausen. ASICS running shoes were made by the Japanese company, but the name of an acronym for the Latin phrase, Anima Sana Incorpore Sano. It means literally a healthy soul in a healthy body.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that is very Japanese, isn't it? And Marlon Wayans was supposed to play Robin in Batman Returns back in 1982. That's the one with Michael Keaton and Danny DeVito as the Penguin. They ended up cutting the character, but he still gets paid residuals from the movie.
Huh. So they cut all his scenes. Yeah, well, he did the work, but they cut his scenes out. I guess that's what they're saying.
Oh, but I would argue back. Well, your scenes aren't making the movie any money. Because you're not in there.
But it was in his contract.
Huh?
That was his contract.
I got to get these guys lawyers. All right, so it goes. Happy birthday, Colonel. So it goes for this Paint Tuesday. And we'll see you back bright and early tomorrow for Hump Day Wednesday. Until then, be sure to support all the mom and pop businesses you hear on our airwaves because they are the backbone of our economy. Here in Moore County, your money will stay here, roll over, and create jobs for all of us. And don't forget, millions of Americans have fought, they have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. Live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams and the Leader Man, and Nick and Colt the Dog will all see you at 2 o'clock this afternoon at the hot, steamy dog park.